Buff Nation, what up? BWB, my bandwagon buffs. What it is, what it does, and what it's gonna be. It's your man's Harry Billion. Family, welcome to the Liberian Perspective. Please do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to smash that bell notification so that you can get the videos as soon as they upload to YouTube. Hey, family, that's all the business I got. You know what time it is. Let's work. It's a lot of work to do. We got work to do. We got work to do. We got work to do. That's right, man. Welcome to the weekend wrap-up show live with TLP Harry B. This is the show where we wrap up the weekend, everything that's going on around the Buffs, the Colorado Buffs, and Coach Prime and Deion Sanders and his Colorado Buffs. We go through everything that's going on around the Buffs. We give you, if you haven't seen all the breaking news, you seen it, you heard it, it's everywhere. It's like broken glass everywhere, right? There's breaking news everywhere. So you're going to get all of that in this video. So if you are watching live and you are in the chat communicating with me, you are interacting with me live, you are welcome. If you are watching after the live in the repost, thank you for watching the video. You're going to get a lot of information in this video, especially if you haven't gotten all of the information in one place. In this video, you're going to get all of that information right here. So if you stay tuned, you might get lucky again where we get somebody else flipping. I don't know if they're going to be flipping burgers or flipping boxes, but we might get lucky and get somebody who's working to come on live and have a conversation with us. So from the last video, guys, we had somebody use a cuss word, and YouTube is blocking my video. So if you come on live, this is the public service announcement. If you come on live and you use foul language, guys, the video will be blocked in certain areas, and advertisers will not be able to advertise primarily because you use foul language. So I encourage you, if you're coming on the show, to please not use foul language. All right, this is my full-time job, so if you come on here and use foul language, I can't get companies to advertise on my video, and my money gets short when you use foul language. That's just a public service announcement. Just use regular language for me. All right, so anyway, right at the top of your screen, right over here, if you see right there, that's to call into the show. It's going to be hot tips for tlpsports@gmail.com. There's obviously a lot going on, and you probably want to, have your voice heard. And this show right here, guys, this is the show where you get your voice heard. You can communicate. You can interact with people in the chat room, or you can come on live and we can have a conversation about what's going on. Guys, without further ado, let's get into it, guys. Let's get into the show. Let's go. Peter Investor, what up with you? X-Man, you already ready to go. Ron Clark says he just subscribed. I appreciate you, Ron Clark. X-Man said, hey, Harry, what it seems like one thing we forgot about this past season was the impact of Travis Hunter's injury to the CU team. The team started losing once he missed a few games. All right, X-Man, we'll get into that. All right. We got Chris is in the house. Chris, what up with you? Thank you for joining the show today. All right. And we got Crazy Beast. What up with you? You're in the house. Thank you. All right. You said you should be like Kevin Samuels and have your fingers on the eject to remove anyone who cusses or trolls you in the live. No, I'm not gonna eject nobody. Just don't cuss on the video, because then I don't get paid for the videos, guys. Angela Gaines, what up with you? B Slayton, it's been a minute. How you doing, man? Oh Lord, Angela Gaines, you. I don't do the dating stuff. As you can tell, I shy away from the dating stuff. But yeah, let me put it up there for those people who love the gossipy stuff. That's for y'all. Y'all can deal with that. Shantae, it's been a minute. How you doing? Hope all is well. Your Christmas shoppings, everything's going okay. I've been MIA, but I told y'all old lines matter. Yeah, they matter, but it's not their fault. All right, they always matter. Hey man, maybe Shantae, maybe this today might be the day you come on and we can chat it up because there's definitely a lot going on. So let's not waste no more time. Let me find the right things. All right, so if you like gossip, just read your screen, okay? I'm not dealing with no. I don't deal with that, guys. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna stay out of Coach Prime's love life. Let him deal with that. I ain't got nothing to say on that. Okay, I'm dealing with my own issues. Okay. All right, let's get that off the screen. Come on. Well, at least you got the information. You can go ahead and deal with that on your own. Okay. All right. So the first order of business we have. Let's go, guys. The first order of business. This is the wrap-up show. This is the weekend wrap-up show. We take everything from all of the breaking news and we wrap it up. So let's go. The first order of business, we have a couple of buffs that are leaving the buffs, and they are going to be declaring for the NFL draft. Here's the first one. Let's go and deal with this. Okay, so NFL draftees or NFL guys entering the draft. Here they are. Here's the first one, guys. All right, the first person entering the NFL draft from the Buffs, maybe not the first, but this is what I'm dealing with. From Nikki Edwards. All right, you guys know Nikki Edwards. She covers the Buffs. Shout out to Nikki Edwards. I love your work. Thank you so much for what you do. Taj Austin is declaring for the NFL draft. Doing his time at CU, he recorded 23 sacks or 22. Excuse me, guys. 23 tackles, 5 TFLs, and TFLs means tackles for a loss. That means like Shador goes all the way back, and then he gets tackled. That he lost yards. Okay, for those of you who don't know. So 2.5 sacks and 2 PBUs. Somebody remind me what PBUs means. That one, PBUs, pun blocks. No, not pun blocks. I don't know. Somebody let me know what PBUs means. So this is what he says. Thank you for everything. He says, Buff Nation, thank you for everything and all of the love you have shown me throughout the years. It's time to start a new chapter in my life. I have decided to declare for the NFL, the 2024 NFL draft, and that's Taj Austin. All right? Taj Austin, guys. You guys know Taj Austin. So Taj Austin is going to be going into the NFL draft. Okay. Let's look at Ralphie Run. Okay. Go ahead, Ralphie. Run, Ralphie, run. All right. And then Coach Prime says, next year is not hope, it's expectations. Dion on Colorado making the 12-team playoff. I mean, if it's 12 teams and we're doing what we're doing right now just this weekend, I expect to be in that 12-team playoff. That is for sure. Yardman, bless up. What up with you? Brian Farlow, what up with you? Oh, okay. Thank you, Brian Farlow's PBUs means past breakups. Thank you so much. You guys got my back. Felt so real. Thank you so much. Hope all is well with you and the family. All is well, man. All is well. I had some Bancoon and fufu with some fish, with some tilapia. And yeah, I'm doing well. You know, every time I get to eat African food, it's always a good day. Always. Because African food can save the world. There will be no wars. I'm telling you. If everybody ate African foods, there would not be much wars. But then again, there's wars in Africa too sometimes. So I don't know how that works. I don't fight. Anyways, I only fight with people in the comments. All right, we're going to our next guy who we got 2 people entering the NFL draft. Here is our next person entering the NFL draft, guys. All right, and where are we at? Okay, here we go. I had it queued up, but I missed my cue. Somebody getting fired. But it's only you, Harry B. Who are you going to fire? Me, because it's three of us. Me, myself, and I. Myself and I are staying. I'm firing me. Here we go, guys. One of my what is this funniest interviews and shit? Excuse me. I make myself laugh. So, one of my funniest interviews this year. Congrats on making the jump to the NFL. That would be Jordan J.D. Dominic. Okay. Blessed to enter my name into the 2024 NFL draft. To God be the glory. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to play the game I love and providing another chance to continue playing it. All right. It was to continue playing. It was a blessing I will cherish forever. Thank you and forever. Thank you and forever. Okay. WPS hashtag THWG hashtag WPS and hashtag school buffs. Okay. And that's a lot of stuff to read. So I'm not reading all of that. Come on, Dominic. All right. But Tony Casello, my guy from the Buffalo's Wire, tweeted this. And so Jordan Dominic is going to be entering the NFL draft. So we say congratulations to Jordan Dominic and we wish you well. Hopefully you get drafted. And there's other opportunities. If you don't get drafted, you can go undrafted, get on a practice squad, prove yourself, whatever happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm just wishing you all the luck, the blessings in the world. Do your thing and ball out in the NFL. So that's two guys. If I miss anyone on the NFL draftee list from the Colorado Buffaloes, please let me know. I will appreciate that. All right. But that is the wrap up for who's entering the draft. So those two names are going to be entering the draft. So now we have those vacancies. I'm not sure if there were scholarship players. If there were scholarship players, that frees up two scholarship spots, and that makes two spots that we have to address in the off season. And trust me, when I say address, boy, we talking about multiple addresses. Okay, we building buildings out here. When you talking about address, hopefully you'll get my drift. You know what I'm saying? Address. Angela Gaines says, what do you say, Angela Gaines? You said, as the saying goes, what God has for you, it is for you, and He has those O-line players for Coach Promise. See you. Y'all ready to get into it? Come on now. We're wrapping up. This is the weekend wrap up. We're gonna wrap it up. Relax, relax, relax. Don't get ahead of me. Don't get ahead of me. All right. Don't forget the email right above my head, guys. Hot tips for TLP sports at gmail.com. That email again is hot tips for TLP sports at gmail.com. You email me, I send you a link. Let me go ahead while I'm saying it right now, so that way I don't have to wait on it when somebody hits me up. You see what I'm saying? I will be ready. All right. So, yeah, you hit me up, hot tips for TLP sports at gmail.com. I send you that link. And once you get that link, you can come on and we can talk about that. Okay. So, that was just a wrap up of who's entering the draft. So, that's two. Um, as far as like, you entering the draft and stuff like that, you have coaches who are like Coach Prime and other coaches on the team who will, you know what I'm saying, give you guidance. They'll help you out to navigate the whatever you need to have as far as what you need to do to get ready for that draft. They'll make phone calls, things that needs to, you know what I'm saying? They'll make connections. Hey man, look at my guy. He's coming your way. Look out for him. No better place to be than than at CU, where Coach Prime is the coach. Him being a gold jacket NFL member who still has great relationships with members, with team owners. That's the beauty about this, and that's why it's something that I need to preach out and I need to put out there to all of the prospects, to all of the people that are thinking about coming to Colorado. Forget about people saying it's a clown show. Forget about people saying it's a graveyard over here and them not understanding the analogy when you say graveyard and P. Diddy and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? Forget about all of those people, okay? Some of them are from Carolina. Shh. Poke. Anyway, forget about that. Coach Prime is a wealth of resource when you come play for Coach Prime. There will be different things that are going on, lots of different noises. When you come over here, the lights over here, the light shines brighter over here. Okay. Bolder is colder because for some odd reason, people don't understand that over here, the lights are on. Okay. So it's colder over here. This is where you come to get recognized. Okay. Because if you do your job normally, unless you are a special position player, your job goes unrecognized. But over here, one tackle equals 10. All right, two tackles equals 20. And you can do the math, multiply and divide and then conquer. Divide and conquer. So if you are a recruit, if you are a parent who has somebody who's in the either the transfer portal or coming out of high school, this is a great place to be because Coach Prime takes care of his people. All right. If you do the right thing, if you do it the right way, Coach Prime is going to make sure that you at least get in front of the right people. And that's why it's important that you know that when you coming over here. So I'm sure Jordan, Dominic, I'm sure Austin, they're going to be getting in front of the right teams and they're going to be given a shot to at least show what they got. All right. Not just their tape, but somebody got to say something about you. Somebody got to speak to your character because players come a dime a dozen. When you got a million colleges and a million kids that are going to be trying out for the same job, somebody got to speak for your character. Somebody got to speak for who you are. That's why relationships and bridges should not be burned in this business. That's why you don't go talk to the Jason Whitlocks because they ain't got nothing to offer but just destruction. They come to steal, kill, and destroy. All right, they're not for you. They just want clicks and views. So they're gonna take what you say and they're gonna paint you against a lot of good people. And then when it's time for somebody to speak to that character, they're gonna be like, yeah, don't talk to him. They're gonna call. Somebody's gonna make a phone call and say, hey man, what do you think about this kid? Is he a good kid? You know what I'm saying? Because we got like 5, 10 guys the same with the same talent or even better that are trying out for that same thing. And sometimes that communication, sometimes the tipping skill, what tips that skill happens to be Coach Prime giving you a letter of confidence or giving you a word of confidence and saying, yeah, man, he's about that. And if he's like, he's not allowed to say no, but if he's like, no comment. If he says no comment, it's a wrap. They know how to skirt around the issues, you know what I'm saying? Because you get in trouble if you give a bad recommendation or a bad reference. All you gotta say is no comment. That's it. And then the rest is a wrap. But if you got something to say, you'll say it. You know what I'm saying? So that is the wrap up on the two guys that are going to the NFL from the Buffaloes. Now, we're gonna be turning our attention. All right. We are going to be turning our attention on. Let's wrap up what we got in the house. We about to flex up here, man. It's time for us to do a little bit of flexing. Did y'all watch that video that I just put up right before the live? The anonymous coach who tried it. All right. The anonymous coach who tried it. I was like, why this still, why? Like, this is what I said about the transfer portal. The transfer portal is a place where you go shopping for players who can play and you need to up coach them. So that's where we at. Coach Prime is going to get some players. People, I don't know, for some reason, people didn't think that players would come to Colorado because you are hearing a noise. It doesn't mean that the noise is going to cancel what other people already know in their own houses. The mothers already know in their own houses. So if you don't know, then you don't know. I mean, I can't help you if you don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and wrap it up and tell you about what's happening this weekend. Because a lot of y'all maybe are too busy to understand or know what's happening this weekend. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. And if you want to come on here and wrap this up for me, I know wrap it up with me, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere somebody's saying pause, but it's all good depending on where your mind is at right now. Then it is what it is, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and wrap it up. Coach Prime, he's blazing. The number one goal, as soon as we were done, with our season. The number one goal was let's go get players. Let's go get offensive linemen. That was it. You got one job. Get linemen. Get people to fill the trenches. Coach Prime said it mid-season, almost at the end of the season, when they asked him, "Hey, Coach Prime, what do you think the problem is?" Well, I know what the problem is, and I know exactly what I need to do to fix it. I got to go get new offensive linemen that want to do their job, and that's it. All right, offensive lineman Coach Prime has definitely. Coach Prime is getting his offensive linemen. I mean, it's an understatement to say at this point that Coach Prime is getting his man. Okay, and and for some odd reason, it's been like crickets. It's been crickets from the haters, like from people who just thought that nothing was going to happen here. It's been crickets. I'm like, what did you think was going to happen? Like, you thought nothing was going to happen? Like, you really thought like he wasn't going to get one person to come over here because that's how you thought, because that's how you think. And then when you do that, and then we tell you, hey, this is going to happen, and then you say, oh no, it's not going to happen. When it happens, you get quiet, and then we go to the next thing. And unfortunately, we can only say we told you so. We told you so twice. The third time, then even our own people start coming for us like, all right, move on, Harry B. All right, y'all move on. Okay. He said it was going to happen. No, why can't we keep saying it like they keep saying it? Why can't we keep saying it? I want to rub it in. Like, when you get a sore, you want to rub it all the way in. I want to rub it in. Am I petty? Am I too petty for that? If they can, why can't we, right? All right. Let's go, guys. Let's go ahead and update the folks who may not have watched all of the breaking news about all of the players, or at least some of the more notable names that have been put up since we got to the weekend. So if you've been under the weather, or you had to go to Liberia, and you've been flying out of the country, and you just weren't privy to all of the breaking news, all of the new Coach Prime channels that have put up, stuff. If that's you, then this is the show that you want to watch. All right. Hot tips for TLP Sports at gmail.com. That is the email that you need to email if you want to come on here. Let's talk. Right in front of you guys, you will see several names. All right. Coach Prime said he was going to rebuild his offensive line, and that is exactly what he's doing. So we starting off at the top. So I believe it was Saturday. Coach Prime received his Sports Person of the Year award from. Let me back up a little bit. In one of the last press conferences that he had when we still have football to play, Coach Prime says, "Hold on, let me take this off the screen. Give me a second, because I got to set this up correctly." In one of the last press conferences that Coach Prime had, he told the press, he said, "Listen, I have some people coming, and you guys are gonna like them. I promise you. You don't worry. We got people lined up, and they're gonna be coming real soon." He said those words, and we said, "All right, cool, Coach Prime, do your thing. We are expecting, some dopeness." When he said that, we thought, we'll get a few players. We'll get some players that are okay, and we can do what we got to do. But then this happened. This right here happened. We got Jordan Seaton, who was like a 5-star plus at the top of the right after that whole he got his award from SI over the weekend, and then all of a sudden, this right here, boom, it happened. Jordan Seaton, he's coming from high school, from the IMG Academy. All right. He's from Washington, D.C., the DMV area. All right. And so here he is. We were able to lock him down. And then we got Amari Ward coming from JSU. We got Khalil Benson from that I think that's Indiana. We got Justin Mayers from University of Texas, El Paso. I believe that's what UT means. Somebody told me that once and I didn't forget it. Yeah, let me know if I make a mistake on that. All right, then we got Tyler Johnson, University of Houston. I don't know if that's Houston University or University of Houston, but that's Houston. And then we got Yakari Walker. Yakari Walker is where's Yakari Walker? Somebody remind me. He's looking too small up there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna recount that. All right, because obviously I'm not good at counting. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6. Somebody tell me in the chat how many people we got on the line. How many people do you have on that offensive line in the game, during the game? Somebody tell me in the chat, how many offensive linemen can you have in one game? Because obviously, that's UConn. All right. Hot tips, pause. You had to go there, didn't you? All right, okay. The Legion of Doom. Marie Conway. Is this your first time, Marie? I haven't seen Marie Conway in a while. God's Glory Beecham. That's 5? You're counting 5? Dang, y'all counted 5? Dang, I told you I can't count. Lord have mercy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Y'all count 5, I count 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6. Yo, I got 6, y'all. Well, y'all talking about something different. I got 6. Unless we're talking about those, one of them is not lineman. Okay, 5 starters at a time. All right, so 5 starters at a time. We didn't lose our entire O-line, just so y'all know. Everybody didn't jump into the transfer portal. We lost Van Wells. We lost Christian Lichtenhan, left tackle Christian, Van Wells the center. Our Tyler Brown will be our center. All right, he knows Shador very well because he came from Jackson State. So we didn't lose Tyler Brown. So we lost 2 starters from the offensive line. And then so we got to keep in mind that the rest of the offensive line are still there. So those 5 or 6 men that are on that list, that are on that graphic, they're coming in. All right. And what's his name? Jordan Seaton. He's from high school. So he got a little bit of more learning to do to get used to FBS football. The other guys are going to have a little bit of an advantage over him, but that's okay. But if you're a beast, you can beat. You can play. Because obviously Dylan Edwards came in as a running back, as a true freshman, like just straight came from high school. You know what I'm saying? He graduated early, came over, and was part of that whole spring practice stuff. He did pretty well. All right. So you can do well if you're coming from high school because he's a pretty big guy. So if he comes and he learns the ropes pretty fast and he's a dog, he'll probably start. So, but then now you got competition coming. We don't just have just those. There's more coming. We're not even done yet. So when you think about it, guys, Coach Prime is going out. I just want to put this out there because we are not a delusional bunch of folks around here. We're very equal. We are very open-minded, and we're very, like, I would say, we got good footings out here. You don't get the top of the top players in the transfer. All right. If you go back and watch that last video, if you get past the other stuff, you'll get to me. You get me saying it. What you do is, this is the strategy. You get good players from the transfer portal and you coach them up. You get starters. You get people who started on their last team. That means that their last coach trusted them enough and they have good playing abilities to be able to do what they supposed to do. Because the trenches, that job, it's supposed to go unnoticed, like the president. If the president does his job, you're not supposed to know what he's doing. All right. The only time that you kind of recognize what they're doing is when they mess up. So the trenches don't go celebrated that often, unless they do something spectacular. Okay. So we're not really supposed to be up in arms and going crazy about the trenches like we are right now. But it was so horrendous, right? It was so bad that we've made the trenches something for everybody to now celebrate. Now you got guys who are in the trenches. They're like, I guess going for like $1.something million. Okay. If you are really one of the top trenches players, now you can actually garner some money. And listen, I think you can thank Colorado's horrendous play at the O line. You can thank us for that. We did that. So Dion is a equal opportunity type of guy here. Okay, he gives, and then he takes. You can thank Coach Prom's 2023 Colorado Buffs for making the trenches as hot as it is right now. All right. Before Colorado stinking up the place or stinking up the place, you really didn't think about no O lineman. You could not name one O lineman from any other team unless you were actually a constituent of that team. But now, even the regular people, y'all know about the O line, y'all know about the left tackle, the right tackle, you guys know about the center. You're like, I ain't supposed to know this much, okay? Just go and win. I want to see W's and L's or L's, okay? That's just it for me. But now you know way more about the trenches than you definitely did not want to even think about. All right. So anyway, so now we have the opportunity to get these new players in, right? So what I'm saying is we're not delusional around here. We know that they're not all top players and they're gonna come and just we're gonna blow everybody away. That's not what's happening. And I just want to caution some of us out there. Okay. Our excitement is supposed to be up here right now. We are supposed to ready rev it up. Like this is what we wanted. We are getting exactly what Coach Prime said was going to happen. There were your doubters, there were your minions out there trying to cast doubt onto the process to scare other people from coming over here because it's a concerted effort to stop Coach Prime. Coach Prime made a declaration at the beginning of the season when we started losing. This is the last time you're going to see me this way, so you better get me now. He said that. And he said, get me right now, because this will be the last time you see me this way. And now he has said that the 12-team playoffs, it is not something that we're going to hope for. It's something that we're going to expect to make. All right? This is not something we're going to be sitting around looking outside of that 12 team. It's only 12 teams. All right? You keep it. What's great about our team is the fact that we lost by one score in many of the toughest games that we played this season. So that's the greatest thing about our team. So when you are, this is a great time to be a Colorado Buff. At this moment right now, we're looking forward to replenishing some of the spots that we're missing from us actually, that one score turning into a score for us to win some of those games. So now that we fix that, and then we go into a schedule, I'm going to do this because obviously this is the wrap-up show. So I want you to always be learning, not just listening to me. Then we go into the schedule. We're missing two games on here, okay? And you guys can put in the comments what were the games that we are missing off of this. This is going to be a 12-game schedule. I think I only have 10 on here. So we go into this schedule, and if you look at this schedule, this entire schedule is not like all against all ranked teams. So when we get this schedule right here, it's going to be a tough schedule, obviously, because the Big 12 is not a pushover. None of these teams are pushover teams, but they are definitely not all of the teams that we played this season. You can't really say there's a murderous row. We went into a part of the season where they were calling murderous row. Okay? They were calling it murderous row because we played so many ranked teams. And when you play so many ranked teams at the rate that we played them, like back to back to back, we would just top 25 teams we were playing every single week. So after we beat the teams that were not in our conference, almost everyone in our conference was ranked. And they were giving us the business because obviously our weak points were our actual offensive line and our defensive line. Like our defensive line was so bad that you got regular runners. I'm talking about the running backs that will come to us, and they will be running the ball at Hall of Fame type records, Hall of Fame rates. Our defensive line was so bad. All of the attention was on the offensive line, but our defensive line was stinking up the daggone place, and we were not saying anything about them. They showed up and they played the game a lot of times. But if you look at how we lost some of those games, you had teams where when they were up, because we were losing by one score, when they were up, all they did was just run the ball. That's it. They just ran the ball on us. And some of these teams, especially the last game that we played, all right, Utah, we had 6 minutes left on the clock. You know that we didn't get the ball back, and they went and won the game. 6 minutes, bro. 6 minutes on that freaking clock, and we did not get the ball back for us to get a chance to do anything else. They went and kicked the field goal. That's why I'm like, yo, it's amazing. So now we know our issue. We know where we lack. So, and it's been so public. The great thing for us is everything we got receipts for. Everything is public. So Colorado is in a great place. Colorado is in a dynamic position right now because the young men that are coming here, they know their assignment. It's like the best. It's like the best place to be because you're so publicized. All of your flaws, all of the great things you've done, everything has been so publicized that you, unless you've been blind or you haven't been living in a country, you've been living in Liberia where you watch soccer. Even people in South Africa, X-Men is from South Africa. He watches the game and he knows what's going on. So you can be anywhere around the world and you know exactly what Colorado is lacking. So if you are one of the young men coming to this game or coming onto this team, you already know what your assignment is. If you're a wide receiver, you're like, oh, okay, I know exactly what Jimmy Horn or what Shador was trying to do with Jimmy Horn or Travis. So I know exactly what I need to do. I got to find a way to get separation fast. I got to get separated because I'm going into a situation where my quarterback, he needs a little bit extra second, just an extra second because he's a perfectionist. So he needs just one more second. So what I have to do as my job as a wide receiver is get open quickly. If I can do that, then I know that I'll make it easier for him. So you already know what your job is as a running back. And if you are in the trenches, that's the most publicized place. That is the most publicized place. You're like, dang, them boys, I'm watching them boys miss tackles like they were just letting the guy through. So you mean like he couldn't put his body in a way to just buy a few seconds? All he had to do was just step over. It's almost like they didn't know how to step over. And for that, I'm about to play this. Make sure my computer doesn't die. Let me plug my computer in. Here we go. All right, so here we go. Let me just read some of these comments. India Carter, it'll be a tough schedule because everyone is getting better also, and some of those Big 12 teams are no longer pushovers. That's exactly what I'm saying. We're not delusional over here. That's why I want to warn everybody to just understand that we're getting starters in the transfer portal. We're not getting everybody's best player. So it's not like, oh, we're going out, we're getting all of the best players that's on every team, and we're gonna remake our team with those players. That's not what's happening. All right, just so you be under don't be under the wrong impression. We're getting starters. Coach Prime wants to get starters. The good thing about a starter is that person was starting on the last team. That means he can play. He's a player. And then your job is to coach him up. You got to coach him up. So you get a starter already. You're getting somebody who can come in immediately and be effective, but you now got to coach them up. Your scheme got to now take over for them. So you know you're getting a player. You're not going to be surprised. Can they play or not? No. Because they are a starter. That's important. You get the starter, so you're not surprised that he can play, but you got to coach him now. Now you got to take him to that next level. And what does Yardman say? Yardman says, Harry, the only way CU gets in the 12-team playoff is to win the Big 12. They will not get in going 10-2 because of strength of schedule. They have to win the Big 12 to get in. Hey, man, we're different beasts. I don't know what you've been told. I don't know what teams you follow, Yardman, but Coach Prime is a different beast. I'm just going to put it out. I'm just going to leave it at that. Coach Prime is a different beast. His argument is different because Coach Prime, at the end of the day, he sells tickets. Coach Prime is a business machine, and he has alliances in the media. He has alliances in places where people make phone calls. You don't be a Coach Prime and go 10-2 and not get in. Wink, wink. Whatever. That's where our strengths come in. All right. So the things that people think is our weaknesses turns into a strength for us because we like that. I'm sorry. I can't help your coach if he can't get in and he's 13-0. That's your coach. That ain't my coach. I know my coach, if he goes 10-2, he's in. We in. We lose 2 games, we're getting in. It's that simple. It's just that simple. Our guy is the guy that their guy is always talking about. It's that simple. There's no way we go 10-2 and not get in. I'll put money on it. I'll put a stack on that. Put money on it that we go 10-2 and not get in. I promise you we'll get in. What? That's Coach Prime we're talking about. He stops everything. Okay? He went 4-8. Just so the prime example for you is that he went 4-8 and got the sports person award of from SI of the year. He went 4-8, stunk up the place on the field. All right, if that's not example enough for you, yard man, my brethren, then maybe you need to call some of those yardies from Brooklyn so they can tell you about Coach Prime. He's just like that. All right, so let me show you guys this. I wanna play this for a lot of us. This is something I found online. All right, give me a second, guys. What is this? All right, let's cancel that. Okay. Yo, Ronnie, what up with you? Please, you ready to? You coming to throw more Christmas happiness? Oh my gosh, yo! Ronnie is back, guys. Say what's up with Inobo? Inobo. Oh gosh, EB, what up with you? All right, here we go. I want to share this with you guys. I'm about to geek out a little bit. People always saying I don't know football, and I agree with them. I don't know jack about football. I think sometimes you gotta agree to disagree. I don't know anything about football, but anyway, let's take a look at this. All right. I think he uses some foul language, so I don't know if I should even be playing this. Oh no, I can't play. I can't. Oh man, I can't play this because he uses foul language, and I'm not gonna. If I play this, the foul language is gonna really get it. But that was Matt. That was Coach Matt. He's the one that has those hogs that he's always talking about. He's a Buff Nation product, but he uses too many foul languages, so I can't. So if I play that, I'm gonna be in trouble. This video is gonna get canceled by YouTube. So man, that sucks. I really wanted to play that because I wanted some people to understand, like, the O-line is not supposed to be rocket science. The O-line, if they do their job, if they're blocking, you're not supposed to, like, they're not supposed to be stars. We're making this way more complicated than it had to be. Whatever was transpiring in the minds of the O-line this year, whatever was happening with them, and whether they wanted to play for Coach Prime or they did not want to play for Coach Prime, these guys are not supposed to be talked about as much, okay? I'm telling you, we should really thank Coach Prime for making the O-line more sexy now. Like the Coach Prime, like Justin Timberlake, who brought sexy back. Coach Prime just made the O-line sexy. And you can put that on a shirt. Somebody put that on a shirt. Put Coach Prime face on it. I make shirts, but I haven't had time to make any T-shirts, guys. Put Coach Prime on one side and say Coach Prime down. The graphic text should be Coach Prime just made the O-line, the offensive lineman, sexy. All right? So that shirt will sell. I promise you. You will make a lot of money, okay? Go to Fiverr and get a designer to design that shirt for you. Go to Amazon. They have a program where you can sign up and you can just put the shirt there, and you can just put the design, they'll print it and mail it out, and you'll get money. You'll get a commission. All right? So you can thank me later. Maybe you give me a donation or something, or go to my Cash app, which is right on your screen. It says $TLP Sports Club. You can just put a couple of dollars there and say, Harry B, that was a great idea. But Coach Prime, I'm telling y'all this right now. I'm giving somebody a business proposition. I know I make a lot of jokes out here, but I'm not playing. Take it could be a fat kid or some fat guy in a football suit. All right. Let his stomach be hanging out. All right. Out of the daggone football uniform. Put Coach Prime next to it and say, Coach Prime made the offensive lineman sexy. You will sell those shirts. I guarantee you. I'm telling you. You just do it and you'll see. Because that's exactly what Coach Prime did. With the Colorado Buffaloes stinking up the place on that offensive line, Lord have mercy. Now we're talking about the offensive line. But if they do their job, you ain't necessarily supposed to see what you're not supposed to hear it. No. All right. So, Just Being Myself says Prime will not endure another losing season. He is done. 2025 retired. What? Huh? Is that a compliment? And then the other half, you started off pretty well, but then you ended up not so well. 2020. Why is he retiring in 2025? Why would Coach Prime retire in 2025? I guess you're just being yourself. Okay. So let me hear how many of y'all gonna make those shirts? Transforming 10 and 2, we in for sure. Of course. Transforming. That's for sure. 10 and 2, we in. Early, okay? Like we say out here. Early. If you don't know we getting in 10 and 2, that's early, kid. That is early. Because everyone thinks he's going to the NFL. What do you think? What do you think, Just Being Myself? You think he's going to the NFL? He's not going to the NFL, bro. Coach Prime says he wants to retire in Boulder. So, all right. So you guys see the list. All right. For those of you who are just joining the live stream, we are wrapping up the weekend. Coach Prime got his line in 3 days. All right? 3 days. And he's not even done yet. Because as you guys said in the chat, that only 5 lines can start. Only 5 linemen can start. He already got 6. He got 6 linemen. He's adding 6 new linemen with what's already here. That's DEPTH. Okay? And we're not done yet. We're just getting started. These are verbal commitments, and signing day is almost here. So, like, I'm telling you, he's not done yet. Because for you to win in the Big 12, for you to win, like, bowl games, for you to dominate in the fashion that Coach Prime wants to dominate, you have to have DEPTH. All right? And for those of you who are new to the to TLP Sports Club, my personality and all of that, I'm spelling out depth, okay? You need depth. I'm different. Anyway, you need DEPTH. So you need your backup. You need a backup for the backup's backup. That's 3, right? You need a backup for the backup's backup. Is that 3 or 4? Somebody help me out. But you need a backup for the backup's backup. That's when you know you got depth. You need a starter on that line being agitated like he can't get in because the guys in front of him is doing such a good job. I'm going to repeat that because it's important that y'all understand that. This year, Coach Prime didn't have DEPTH. So he had to pretty much duct tape his team together. He had no backup for the backup, let alone have a backup for the backup's backup. He couldn't do that, right? But now, Coach Prime has, within 3 days, Coach Prime has added 6 linemen. He's not playing around. For those of you who think that Coach Prime is playing around like he's a joke, he's a joke and he's doing the devil's work and all that, blah, blah, all that stuff we talking about. Listen, y'all can have your opinion, but Coach Prime is not playing. Deion Sanders is not playing around. Deion Sanders was showing up. He's somebody that don't like his words for him to eat his own words. When Coach Prime says, I would like to go undefeated, like somewhere in the back of his mind, he really believed that these young men were going to show up because he knew what he had. Coach Prime knew what he had. So he, somewhere in his brain, he was thinking like, man, if these dudes play to the ability that I know that they have, we can get there. We can go 10-2, 9-3, whatever, 8-4. He had that in his. That was the reservation. And for somewhere down the season, somewhere down the road, he was dumbfounded. He was like, "What the heck is going on? I don't know what's going on." Coach Prime was like, "I have no idea what's going on. I'm trying to figure out. I have no answers for you." He was dumbfounded. So he told you, "I'm not. This ain't gonna happen again. It's not gonna happen to me twice because I'm too loaded. I'm too stacked for it to happen to me twice." Y'all, man, what you say? We on for that bet, Harry. If he's 10-2 and not in the Big 12 championship game, he's not getting in. We on for that bet. Okay, but I can't put up no money because I don't bet like that. But yeah, we on. It's a friendly bet. Harry, how many years do you give Colorado losing before they fire him? Are you trying to get me canceled? Why am I even entertaining that though? Are you a Colorado fan? Just being myself. Why would I even entertain that as a Coach Prime supporter? I don't know that Coach Prime gets fired. Coach Prime doesn't get fired. He leaves. Coach Prime is not the type of coach that you fire. He's the type of coach that moves on and leaves. He leaves the team in a better position than he left it. Because maybe you don't know Coach Prime for you to say fired. Because when it comes to I'm a college football fan. Okay, I get it. I understand. When it comes to maybe you don't know Coach Prime. If you knew Coach Prime and his stature, the amount of connections that he has, what he brings to the table, it's hard to fire like the boss. Coach Prime is the boss of Colorado right now. Like I don't know. I don't know if you don't understand that Coach Prime is the prince. he runs Boulder. All right. So you can't fire the boss. Yeah, but coach. Okay, you said coaches get fired after losing so many seasons. But maybe you're not paying attention. This is the last. I'm going to look into the camera and I'm going to say this. My sinuses are starting to act up real bad. This is the last time, okay? This is the last time that you are going to see Deion Sanders losing. That was the last time you are seeing Deion Sanders losing. He's too well connected. He understands the game too well. He knows the game too well. He's too much of a leader, too much of an impactful person. Okay? The number of people that are against him does not even come to the scale of the number of people that are with him. Please allow me to repeat that. The number of people, whether it's the media or us, the number of people that are against him does not even come close to the amount of people that are for him or that ride for him or that are with him. That translates into, Coach, I saw you go through this year. We're not letting that happen no more. Michael Irvin. Okay? T.O. Warren Sapp. Jerry Jones. Just name a billion people that are connected with the football world, that have cousins, aunts, anybody that's connected to football. Deion Sanders, this will be the last time that you see Deion Sanders in that kind of position. His son, Shedeur Sanders, will be the best quarterback starting 2024. The best quarterback in all of college football. You're hearing that here on TLP Sports Club. Deion Sanders' son, Shedeur Sanders, will be the best quarterback in college football. The only job that we need to make sure it happens is that he's protected. He needs 3.5 seconds. We're going to teach him how to get rid of the ball faster. And we're also going to run the ball, and we're going to teach him how to hand the ball off. If he learns those things, guess what? Deion Sanders would not lose again like the way he lost in 2023. Did I answer your question? Did I speak to what you're thinking? You're a college football fan, but there's something that you're not understanding about the person that we're talking about and the reason why we're here. Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is not your normal coach. He's not your normal person. He's not your regular Joe. He ain't your regular guy, okay? Thousands and thousands of people around the world. X-Men is here. People from around the world don't come for one guy just because he's a regular guy. He's not regular. He ain't normal. And when you have that kind of stature, that means you have a lot of connections. You have a lot of people that want you to win. Even though the people that want you to lose, they seem like they're louder, but there's no way that behind the scenes, people are not working to make sure that he gets to where he's trying to get to. Because he's too lovable. He's a nice guy. He's a great guy. People like him, genuinely. You can hate him, but that doesn't mean that everybody hates him. You're just one person. There's a billion of other people that love him and want to see him win. Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan is producing Deion, Coach Prime. The documentary that's on Prime Video. Michael Strahan, another Hall of Famer. He's well connected in television, in production, and he's connected to the NFL. His guy, Deion Sanders, took an L in 2023. From Michael Strahan, okay? From Michael Strahan, Jerry Jones, the football world that wants Coach Prime to win, Skip Bayless, all right? All of the people that support Coach Prime, they're making phone calls. They're setting up meetings. They're recruiting on his behalf to make sure that what happened this year would not ever be repeated again. Coach Prime can't get fired. He's only going to leave when he's ready, and he's already done everything. And then on that day, he's going to sit down with Rick George and say, are you fine? Are you okay? Are you good with what I've done? I promised you I was going to do this. We've done it. Are you okay with me? And Rick George is going to say, Deion, I'm grateful for you. Even if you didn't do it, even if you didn't accomplish half of the stuff that you said that you were going to do, okay, I wasn't going to hold you to it. This is Rick George. This is what Rick George is going to be telling Coach Prime. He's going to say, Coach Prime, you made me one of the winningest ADs in all of college football. You made me one of the most recognizable faces and names in all of college football. You ain't had to do nothing else for me. I'm good with you. Whatever you want to do, I support you 100%. That's what Rick George is going to tell Coach Prime. And then Coach Prime is either going to take his black hat, his black cowboy hat, or white cowboy hat, get a white horse, and he's going to ride into the sunset. That's what's going to happen. Fired? You crazy. What was you talking about, Willis? What you talking about? You're dealing with Coach Prime. What? Are you crazy? What? Forgive me for calling you crazy, but you crazy. What? Fired. Yeah, right. I think Coach Prime can lose from now to like 2020, 2032. He still ain't getting fired. Oh, man. I hope that monologue was good enough for y'all. Like, I mean, I understand, like, you know, I understand the notion of keeping it real. I understand being realistic. Those are things that, you know, we all use. But sometimes you got to, like, say, okay, I get it. Stephen Charles, what up with you? Glad to see you live on a Sunday. I've been doing the weekend. I just started, I think last week. We do the weekend wrap-up show now. We do TLP live at noon on Monday through Friday. Saturday, I kind of spend some time with family. And then on Sundays, we wrap up the weekend. We wrap up the week. So whatever transpired during the week, we wrap it up, and then Monday morning, which is tomorrow morning, tomorrow at noon, I'll be back again live with you guys. But this is the show where, guys, you have a voice. I've been talking long enough. This is where you call in, guys. Right above my head, hot tips for TLP Sports at gmail.com. You email me. Let's talk. Come on, I'll send you the link. You can come on. It's Sunday, so if you go to a black church, you're probably still in church. You probably, at this point, you're like, Harry B, I'm just watching you. The pastor's still, he just took the third offering, and I'm just watching you now because I'm bored. I don't know what's happening. Jesus has already came through the building and left, and we still here. Now he's trying to do another offering, and I don't get it. So you're probably still in church. But if you're not in church, guys, if you don't go to a black church and you're still in church, you can call in. All right? Monday Night Football has started. I don't know. But yeah, but Coach Prime is doing the job that he said that he was going to do. And I know that sometimes I want people to say, keep it real. I want you to keep it 100%. Keep it real. This is not like, because we got O-linemen, because we're getting offensive linemen or we're getting wide receivers, it does not mean that we're going to go win it all. We're not the only ones that's doing it. That's the caution. But the reason why you should be encouraged is because at the end of the day, we got beat by a lot of really good teams last year by one score. I don't care what the narrative is, by one score. We were in there. Even with our bad offensive line, our bad defensive line, those boys were playing. So now guess what? They get to do it again. For the most part, a lot of them are returning. Only a few are leaving, but a lot of the dogs that were on that team last year, they still have that bad taste in their mouth. They only won 4 games, and people were laughing at them. So they got that. Now they got that energy coming back. I guarantee you it's not going to be the same team. I promise you it would not be the same team. It would not be. This is going to be a much, much better team. All right? And get ready for them to have flaws. They're going to go through some tumultuous times. They're going to have flaws, but every team does. But the difference is going to be this time around, they're going to find ways to win. That's the difference. The other teams were going through problems too, but they found a way to win. Unfortunately, we were not on the winning side of some of those fights that we were in. But I guarantee you, this time around, we're going to find ways to win. Because we're going to have dogs in our house that will refuse to lose. I still have prescriptions for us winning. We have to run the ball. If we don't run the ball, it's going to be a repeat of 2023. If we think that the linemen are coming just for Shador to pass even more, we're not going to have a good season. I want to make that clear. If we do not play balanced football next year, if we are getting those linemen for Shador to pass more than he passed or the same as he passed this year, we're not going to have a good season. I don't care how fast your running backs are. I don't care how fast your wide receivers are. Listen, teams are going to be ready for Coach Prime's team. They're stacking up just as well as we are. And they're gonna find out that we are throwing the ball too much if that's what we do. And they're gonna exploit us. Because the Big 12 ain't gonna be no pushover. So lock that in. Say, Harry B, this is what you said. And if I have to eat my words, I'll eat my words. But I'm just saying, ain't nobody gonna be no pushover gonna lay over because Coach Prime got a few linemen. That's not how it works. That is not how it works. But we are going to find ways to win. That's going to be the difference. We're going to find ways to win football games this 2024. And we're not going to be the one to be taking the L when it's a one score. It's going to come down to the point where Alton McCaskill is going to be running amok. All right? Where Dylan Edwards is going to be running amok. All right? I don't know if Savion is still here, but if Savion is still here, Savion will be running amok. Because we're the one that's going to be taking that 6 minutes and running it all the way down to 2 seconds. And then Alejandro Mata or Jace Feely, whoever kicks for us at that point, will be kicking that field goal for us to win the game. We're going to find ways to win next year. That's going to be the difference. Are we going to dominate the way that Coach Prime wants to dominate and he dominated at Jackson State, Jackson, Mississippi? I don't know if we're there yet. We're not there yet. But we win this season. We win this season. Then next season, even more people want to come. So imagine the seatings are there. Let me put up the graphic again. Imagine the Jordan Seatons are there, the Amari Wards are there, the Khalil Bensons, the Justin Myers. I don't know how many years they're all coming with. The Yakaris are here, right? And then we have a winning season. Then what happens? These guys are here, and other guys that want to come in here too. So now the competition gets even more. Now they will have competition. That's when it starts getting like lights out. That's when you go lights out. That's when all of the anonymous coaches are going to get worse. Who's the new tight end? Stephen Charles. Who's the new tight end? Oh, the KMS. We got a new wide receiver. Yes, I do have I do have that up here somewhere. It's a lot happening, man. People don't realize that this is like the team that we're currently getting is not the team we end up with everywhere. The national championship team, this is not it. It could be. It could possibly be, depending on how much they show up to play. But the national championship teams, I feel like Coach Prime wins, and then like Coach Prime has a winning season. The things that are going to trickle down, I mean, like becoming like I don't even know how the Georgias and the Alabamas, I don't even know how they do it. You have such a big team. You have such a recruiting, you're such a recruiting behemoth that what happens when I don't even know what it feels like to have like 3 Travis Hunters in the building. I don't know what that feels like. Can you imagine like the Georgia fans, y'all are just sitting back and just enjoying that all the time? Can you imagine that? You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, guys, so here it goes. Oh, what am I doing? I'm turning my camera off instead of pressing present. Oh, amateur hour. All right, so this is what y'all want. Take them deep, posted this. Crib made, ready to take over Boulder. Miami native Shimon Mateer is transferring to Colorado. He's ready to shine along Coach Prime. This is he right here. That boy look like he need to be on that offensive line. What's happening? Like, what in the world? What is he, Black Gronkowski? How big is that boy? Good Lord. I'm surprised he can catch a run. Man, good Lord. Talk about a true tight end. Now you know they're about to instill an offensive line, like somebody who can block for Shador as well. So you just put him in the slot. Yo, you put Shaman, you put him in the slot. All he gotta do is just smack somebody one time. They won't do it again. Just smack somebody one time. That's what I used to love about the football, man. You hit somebody one time, like you look in somebody's eyes. If you know they're scared, hit them as hard as you can one time. Just one time. You hit them as hard as you can. The next time they're taking a different route. That's what I love about big dudes. Like big dudes that can really hit and they really put that hurting on you. They're like, yo, if you come back my way, I'm gonna make you pay next time. Oh, it's a blank screen. Why is it a blank screen, bro? How is it a blank screen? What's going on? Oh, man. How? Okay, what's going on with the StreamYard giving me blank screens? All right, so the video is playing right now. Y'all let me know if you're still seeing a blank screen, because I don't know how it's at a blank screen. Okay, right now I got the video on. Let me know if y'all are still seeing a blank screen. Right now he's playing. Y'all still seeing a blank screen? Y'all can see it now? Were you seeing the video, guys? This is the video right here. It's playing. Can y'all see the video? Anybody let me know? Okay, you can see a viral authority. Okay, so right here, I don't know why you'll be getting a blank screen, but right here, this is Matea. Obviously, this is a highlight tape. So, but the size on that kid, and that lets me know he can catch, and then that means he's going to be able to block as well. So tight ends are, like, for the most part, when you watch tight ends, they're supposed to be blockers. Tight ends are supposed to be blockers. Tight ends, like, every now and then you might, it's don't fire me up for this. Don't roast me for this. But the way I used to watch and I used to critique tight ends only get the ball thrown to them when you're desperate. Other than that, they're just another lineman that's blocking. That dude has some size on him, so he's blocking. All right. But anyway, I know they got specific tight end plays to try to get us down the field. Like, you need 2 to 3 yards or something like that. It's like a fullback for me. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, you know what I'm saying? Tight ends are supposed to be big, and for the most part, they're supposed to be blocking. And they are an eligible receiver if they step out. So it's not like you're throwing to a lineman that's illegally down the field and he's not supposed to touch the daggone ball and get us a penalty. A tight end is on that line, they can block, and then when they need to step inside or outside of the pocket so that they can catch the ball and have us move that chain, I love tight ends for that. So if we get that dude and he comes through here, that's a major change for us, because we didn't have a true tight end. Cam, how do I feel? Yo, I feel the same way about Mikey being gone. I think I need to make a hat that says DEPTH. All right. No. Tight ends, solid go. I like tight ends. Okay, I'm not saying tight ends don't produce. I like tight ends. I was just kind of telling you guys how I see tight ends. Like, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, the tight end is an extension of the O line. So if you get a big tight end, the tight end is supposed to. But let me answer KMS. I still feel the same way about Mikey being gone. The reason why I feel that way is because a player is a player. A contributor is a contributor. Somebody like Mikey, who you already know is a proven contributor on a team that, for the most part, was struggling, but he can contribute on a team that was struggling. That means that now you have a team that can block and can do whatever it needs to do. Now you find ways for Mikey to contribute and eat. Mikey would now thrive in this offense. That's how I feel. So I can't ride with everybody. You get new guys, you get so excited about the new guys, and you want to forget about the old guys like they didn't know how to catch the ball. Mikey caught that touchdown for us. Mikey doesn't become un-Mikey because new guys are here. It's a blessing to get the new guys because it gives you DEPTH. DEPTH is needed on a team that has championship aspirations. I'm telling you, y'all got to understand that, KMS. We need DEPTH. People get hurt, things happen, and it gives you more opportunity to play with your playbook because now you have contributors. You see what I'm saying? When you have contributors or you have dogs or players, You can play two guys that are in the same position to confuse these guys. Where's the ball going? We don't know because they got two tight ends, or we don't know because they just added a fifth receiver. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, when you have players in the building, you can do more with your. If you have two Travis Hunters, you can do more with your playbook, with your play calling, than having one guy. That's how I feel about Mikey going. Like, I don't want my starters to leave. I don't want my contributors to leave. If they leave, it's okay. We can always replace them. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna change and get so excited. No, that's not how I think. I'm a mature football constituent, aficionado. I think in a mature way. You got to think maturely when you're thinking when you're thinking about championships. Look at the Georgias. Look at the Alabamas. Look at the SEC. Just take the entire SEC and look at them. And Colorado has not answered every single question. You see what I'm saying? So I know we're excited, but my excitement does not cancel my football knowledge. It doesn't, even though some people don't think I know football, which is perfectly fine with me. You know what I'm saying? It hurt my feelings just a little bit, though. You know, you get your feelings hurt just a little bit because you're human. So it proved that I'm human because I got my feelings hurt just a little bit. Right? So you get your feelings hurt just a little bit. But then when you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, shoot, I'm still here. I'm still me. I'm freaking still Harry B. Well, doggone it, let me go and be the best Harry B I can be. Let me go be the best Harry B. So, yeah. But you need depth. You need DEPTH. Without DEPTH, you can't be successful as a championship team. And we're not planning on being a championship team just once. We're not planning on making the playoffs just once. You develop your guys, like, you know, Mikey's gonna be, he's graduating and he's gonna be gone. But like, you start off with those guys, and then they stick with you, and they become even better. Next year, the teams, the players that were good last year, you don't think those players are going to develop into better players? I don't know one football player that doesn't increase or doesn't improve their abilities. You got to improve. You got to grow, especially under Coach Prime. Coach Prime expects more of you next year. He's like, all right, this year you did that, but I need you to do more. That's why I think Mikey, I still have the same feelings about Mikey. And you should too, KMS. It's nothing to be excited about, remembering these kids also coming from losing programs. So some of these young men, like you said, right? Understandable, but you can't win being content. But what part of the argument you on? Because now you're confusing me. Wild Dog, what up with you? Solid go, you hit. Yeah, we got Mikey, who was a wide receiver. You get a couple of tight ends, some true tight ends, and then he can go back to being a wide receiver, or at least put him in a place where he can succeed at a different spot. A player's a player. You can find for contributors. You can always find a place for them. Yeah. So he said, Wild Dog says, well, Warren Sapp was a tight end until asked to consider defensive tackle or DT. Excuse me, guys, for 1 second, please. So, but yeah, if Coach Prime is not just thinking about, I'm going to win one playoff game and I'm done coaching, I don't think that's the goal. The goal is to have a couple of players. The goal is to have a couple of players that have been on your team or been playing for you for at least a couple of years, and you'll get to a place where you're matured into a successful winning team for a couple of years. I think, is Trevor Woods still in CU? I don't know about Trevor. I haven't heard anything from Trevor, so I'm only going to assume, because the way that he spoke, the way that Trevor Woods spoke is that he was not afraid of no competition. And then we treated him pretty well, and he became, a very a high contributor on this team. So if he goes away, then he's just going away. Then it doesn't make sense that he goes away, especially if he's available, because he was a good contributor, and we treated him well. Last year's transfers don't know how to win. Well, I mean, Wild Dog, I'm gonna say this. Last year's transfer don't know how to win. I don't know that statement is that statement is a little bit kind of like, I would say that's the reason why you have coaching. If you got a contributor or a player that knows how to play, then you can teach them how to win. I don't know that as a player you have to know how to win necessarily, because you're not coming from a situation where you won much. Most of the players that we're getting, they're not all coming from winning programs. So we want starters, but we can teach them how to win. And I think that's what Coach Prime is for. I think at a certain point, that's what coaching and leadership is all about. You get a player who can play. They might have some issues around, you know what I'm saying? They might have a few, rough edges, but you bring them into your fold and you teach them your system and your scheme, and you teach them how to win. We can't expect everyone that comes to be like already proven NFL players. Those are expensive. Those players are expensive to get, especially if they are already on teams that are winning teams. Now it's going to cost you more. So I think that's why Coach Prime says starters. You get starters, and then whatever they're lacking, you can instill that into them. You gotta be able to you gotta be ready to teach them what they're lacking. And if it's just they don't know how to win, I invite that all day. If that's all it is, well, you can play, but you don't know how to win because you haven't really been around somebody who's a winner, who has a winning mentality and can really motivate you into winning. If that's what they're lacking, Coach Prime got that. So that's what I would say about that. What's pissing me off? Okay, Solid Go, what you saying? What's pissing me off is that people want to see you to be successful, but some of you content creators don't explain football in depth. Not saying I listen to you. They tell people false narratives. Yeah, I try my best, even though people be accusing me of not really knowing football. But I think my channel, I can stand on the fact that we talk football in depth here, and I try to let people know like in-depth football stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that I can stand on that. I think a lot of the channels, they go into like breaking news type things. They tell you what's happening and who they're the first to tell you. So they get a lot of viewers and they get a lot of support from that. But my perspective is always about the team and how the team can be successful. And I mean, I'm doing videos with my wife outside, and she's the running back, for crying out loud. She's the running back, and I'm showing you, hey man, this is how Shador is handing the ball off. This is not how you hand the ball off. And my wife is right there being a running back. So I do a lot of football stuff here because I know a lot of people here are not actual football aficionados. They don't really know the in-depth, workings of football. So that's what I try to do on this channel, to try to make sure that everybody gets to the basic understanding of football so that we can enjoy the game. Transforming says, yes, Trevor is still at CU. Somebody said Jimmy Horn left. Oh, okay. So you're saying the reason why he transferred from his that was the interview when he was with Coach Prime. Harry, please respond to podcast until Saturday. Dion is celebrity. Travis Nichols, what does that mean? So yeah, so Jimmy Horn, he was you know what I'm saying, like you got when you get people, I think this is an easy fix. This problem right here is not a big issue. My name. Huh? What are you saying? Okay, I don't you're confusing me a little bit. Harry, please respond to podcast until Saturday. I don't even know what that means. But yeah, so I think Jimmy Horn saying, "Look, I wanted to be amongst winners." He was talking more for the mindset of the people in the building. He was talking about the people that were around the team. Coach Prime, his mentality, what Coach Prime brings to the table, understanding like winning, like you know what I'm saying, like winning is not always only on the field. Tell your wife to get you some sinus medication. She already did. So winning is not it's not only on the field. Winning is a mentality that you have to have off the field as well. So if you have winning starts off the field because a dog is a dog. A dog is somebody who understands like when I'm on that field with you, if you are not lined up against each other, my abilities are going to overcome your abilities. I can take you out anytime I'm ready, unless I'm having a bad day. And if I'm having a bad day, that bad day is going to turn into a good day right away. I mean, when you hear a person like that has confidence in their own ability, that you want to be amongst people who understands what's next, how I'm going to get this. A bad day does not mean that you're a bad person, or a bad day does not mean that that's a you may have a bad moment, but you don't have a bad day, because the day is the entire day. The day encompasses 24 hours. That's a whole day. Now, if you're telling me you woke up and you know what I'm saying, you went outside, your car tire was slashed, or the snow was covering, that's a moment. That's not a day. So we just say, oh, I had a bad day because I woke up and my car was da 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 da. I was late to work and blah blah. Those are moments that you had. But winners understand that, oh, at the end of the day, I may have had a bad moment, but I'm gonna forget about that last play, or I may have had a bad play. So I'm gonna forget about that. And then also in life, am I winning at life? What am I doing to win at life? Some people don't know how to win outside of football. Some people don't even know the business of football. Some people take football too seriously and forget about the entertainment value or aspect of football. So they don't make business decisions outside of anything. They don't know how to use football to benefit themselves, how to use their own NIL, name, image, and likeness. They don't know how to market themselves. They go and they give their body fully to a university that's going to use them up, and then when they can't be used no more, they toss them to the side. They toss them away. Nobody ever taught them, hey man, while you are here at this high level program, use your image and make money for yourself or start some type of business. They don't know how to win outside of football. So when football's done with them, football chews them up and throws them out somewhere. Winning has a lot more to do with just what you do on the field. Because you got a lot of dogs that's on that field, as we found out this year. So at the end of the day, what else am I doing? Is there more to just me performing on the field? Yes, there is. Somebody got to wake you up and be like, yo, wake up, bro, wake up, bro. There's more to just on this field. Let me show you. Excuse me. Let me show you how it's done. Coach Prime is the master of that. That's why I keep encouraging people like, yo, send your kids to Coach Prime. People might be trying to convince you that it's a clown show over there, but I guarantee you that they're going to win off that field. Timothy Smith, Dallas in the house. What up with you? So, welcome you guys to the TLP Weekend Wrap Up Show live. We are wrapping up the week that's happening. Coach Prime, within 3 days, was able to pretty much revamp his entire offensive line. So he has some dogs that are coming. It's not to say that all of the starters are going to be pushed to the side and the new guys are going to now be installed. No, that's not what's happening. I want you to please understand. Coach Prime, the attitude that Coach Prime is going to take is going to be you got to compete for your job. Nothing's going to be given to nobody. You got to earn your number. Like it's that serious for him. I'm looking for somebody who's going to block for Shador, and they're going to take it personal. You got to take it personal. Tyler Brown's going to be back for the center spot. He's going to be competing for that job with somebody else. So if you can compete, then we want you on this team. If you can't compete, guess what? You're going to be sitting on that sideline being angry. So there's going to be a lot of competition. We're looking forward to that. And if you are just joining us, guys, I'll remind you of who we got so far. Jordan Seaton, top of the week. Amari Ward, Jackson State University. Khalil Benson, Justin Mayers, Tyler Johnson, Yakari Walker. That's just to name a few. Just to name a few, not done yet, it's not finished. That's just to name just a few. Because if we have championship aspirations, we can't have just a group of starters. We need a backup for the backup's backup. That's when you know that you're really rocking. That's when you know that your team is really on it and you're rocking. Because if you switch out 5 guys and you can replace them with 5 other just as capable of guys, then you got a real dog of a team. Yep. It's a simple thing. If everyone can do their job, we get people on that line, we get people in that locker room that are serious about doing their job or that are serious about being on this team. And if they can just shut out all the noise, the outside noise, if they can just do their job. The portal closed January. When is the portal close? Let me do that right now. So the transfer portal is open 30 days. December the 4th. Opens April the 15th. Okay. A spring window also opens up April 15th to the 30th. You have 30 days to do your business. Yeah, I did a video on that. I should have remembered. You got 30 days to do your business in that transfer portal. 30 days. All right. So from December the 4th, January is going to be closing January the 4th or the 2nd or whenever that is, within 30 days. Okay. You got 30 days to do your business, and then you get a spring window. So keep in mind that the transfer portal is different for graduate students as well. That's one thing that we learned. The transfer portal is going to be open, I guess, it stays open for graduate students. So you're going to, when you see movement, you'll be seeing movements in the transfer portal for grad students. So if you see somebody left and they jump into that transfer portal, just know that once it's closed and you see somebody jump, that's more than likely going to be a grad student jumping. The undergrads, they only got 30 days. And then springtime, they're going to have another opportunity. It's going to be April the 15th to the 30th for that spring window. After that, your business is done. After that, your business is done, and now you gotta play. Okay. We had what was his name? Chance Main. Chance Main, you guys remember Chance Main? He jumped. And I was like, at that time, I didn't really understand about why grad students, why players would jump. I thought the transfer portal was open, open and closed. Yeah, so there you have it. All right, so the players that we get in, we are addressing, the trenches. And I think a lot of us, we were at the point where we said, I don't care if this is the fastest, the fastest running back, the fastest wide receiver. I don't even want to see anybody that is not OL or DL. But now I think a lot of us can relax and say, okay, fine, we're getting some really good players. And I'm cautiously saying that we're getting some really good players, starters, players that have started on their previous teams. So we're getting some really good players. All right, that whole Texas A&M situation where, oh my gosh, Coach Prime is gonna go to Texas A&M, and they're scaring. They even scared one of our. They're scared one of our prospects away. He did an interview and said, "Well, somebody told me that Coach Prime was leaving, so why am I gonna commit to a school when he's gonna be gone?" Okay, so it's like, bro, did Coach Prime tell you that he was leaving, bro? Or are you listening to rumors? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna listen to rumors, bro. Like, you are a prospect. You got a verbal commitment. You got access to Coach Prime. Hit him up. Like, yo, Coach Prime, is this what I'm hearing? Is it true? You gonna be leaving? Because I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm committed to you, man. I'm gonna. Coach Prime is a man of his word. Like, he'll tell you if he's leaving, bro. Coach Prime told his Jackson, Mississippi kids, I'm about to be out. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, if you're listening to rumors, like, there's gonna be a lot of rumors. People are on a mission to make sure that Coach Prime fails. So people are gonna be in your ear. If you are a transfer, if you are one of these young men and you are looking at Coach Prime, and then you go listen to a rumor, that's on you, man. Because what's gonna happen to you is that you're gonna start seeing a lot of these young men that are coming from Coach Prime being successful, and that could have been you. But you made a bonehead move. You went to a freaking school that didn't care nothing about you. You were just another number. Nobody cared about you. You got no burn. You got no shine. Oh, you did enough. You did good enough to just be good enough. And you're gonna see people that you're like, that dude got what? He did regular and he's shining like that. Yeah, it could have been you, but you silly. Regular dudes are gonna be stars over here. And they're gonna be getting NIL deals that you could have gotten, but because you want to be some early bird jumper, you jumping because you listening to rumors. That's crazy. That's silly. King P27 says yes. I think that's pretty much how it's been going. I think we kind of like, if you read between the lines, it's kind of silly to like not have your defensive lines coach in place, and then you start like, rolling out defensive lines, because I mean, the way it happened is right after we said, hey, load hold, next you know, the young man started being introduced. Excuse me. So it's like, I think that's how they're gonna do it. I think you start with the coach, and then you go with the young men that are gonna be coached by that person. So the rumors is that it's already happened. It's like Coach Prime would say, he's already in house. So as soon as we figure out this defensive line, the next thing is gonna be, okay, boom, and it's probably gonna happen like real soon. Like right now, there's been so much breaking news. I don't know if you guys have been keeping track, like channels that you got your favorite breaking news channels. I'm not one of them, but you got your favorite breaking news channels. You go there, you get what you got to get. You come over here, we discuss it. It's an equal opportunity for everybody. I don't break news. I can't keep up. All right? I just can't keep up. I got a life and outside of this, and I can't keep up with the breaking news. So you got channels that you depend on for breaking news. I got writers. Writers take a little bit longer to put stuff out because they got to go write it. So I depend on writers. So I don't necessarily always have your stuff ready. So once the writers put it out, for the most part, then I will put it out. Because with my channel, you can go back and you see receipts on my videos, and it's not like me just saying something. I'm reading it from a daggone writer, a sports writer who who you can count on. So most of my videos comes from a writer. Most of my information comes from a writer. So I go out there and I get to meet the writers. I meet them on social media. I say, hey man, what's up? I'm using your material. I give you a shout out in my material. Tony, what up? Kevin Borba, what up with you? Thank you so much. Brian Howell. Those guys, I use their stuff because that's information that you know when you get information like that, it's solid. So, but at the end of the day, that's what we do. That's exactly how I do my stuff. So you know a little bit about how I handle my business. So my stuff is always one little step behind because the writers they gotta write, and some guys they have some guys are like they're connected to like the social media. Hayes Fawcett, because he's a breaking news guy. He breaks all the information that's in the industry. So if you have Hayes Fawcett that's on speed dial, then you can pretty much anytime he breaks something, he doesn't just break Colorado news. He breaks the news of college football. So you can always get it from Hayes Fawcett. And if I'm saying his name wrong, I'm sure there's a way to pronounce his name. I'm saying it wrong. I just call him Hayes Fawcett. So if I'm telling you guys the information, you can go start your own channels and leave my channel. It's just like clients used to ask me, "Hey Harry B, what camera are you using?" As soon as they ask me that question, I know I know why they're asking me, because they're trying to they're getting ready to start doing this so that they don't have to hire me no more. So Harry B just gave you some game. All right, so yes, so the O line, we're working on the O line. We got a couple of guys that are moving over to the NFL draft. The next thing is going to be install the defensive lines coach, and then roll out the defensive line that we're getting. I think I'm excited to see what the defensive line is going to be like, because we had a good defense, but we didn't have a great defense. It was a good defense. The outside guys, we were exposed inside. We were exposed in the middle part of the defense. And the line was letting people run the ball like at will. Like I don't understand. I don't get that part. That part just irks me. So if we can get a defense that can like stop the run, then I know for sure that the outside guys that stop the all the passing, I know we'd be good, because we already have that. So the cornerbacks and the tight the guys that can fly around to make sure that we don't get long bomb passes, I know those guys are good. Now we got the daggone trenches that be letting like 10 yards, 15 yards go. If we can fix that, then I know that, okay, we got 6 minutes left on the clock. We got 7 minutes left on the clock. Ain't no team is gonna take the ball and run the ball for 7 minutes, and we ain't get no chance to get it back. There's no way. We fix that, I'm telling you, we're gonna be a dangerous team coming this year. Really dangerous team. Any breaking news? We only got a few more minutes until the show is over at 9:00. Is there any breaking news anybody wants to share? Let me make sure. Did I check the email? I haven't checked the email in a while. Okay. So if you want to come on and you want to speak your piece, talk your talk, hot tips for tlpsports@gmail.com. The email is hot tips for tlpsports@gmail.com. All right, I see. I got you. I got a wild dog want to come on and let's talk some talk. Email me hot tips for tlpsports@gmail.com. Come on and let's discuss. Let's wrap up this weekend. What do you think about what's going on? Buffs pick up a big tight end option for the middle of the field. Hold up. Oh. That's old news. I thought he was about it. I thought that was breaking news. All right, the link is sent. All right, Shimon Mateer. I'm telling you, man. We need at least 2 more tight ends. Viral authority, yes. Once Words happens officially announced, we'll get the defense announced. I'm sure. Yes, that is true. That is definitely true. Draylon Miller. We got Draylon Miller. He's gonna be joining the Buffs. So I'm telling you, man, it's like at this moment, Buff Nation, we are the team that we are the constituents that go through ups and downs, and people come on here and they, you know, I want to let you guys know something. I've said it already, but I want to say it again, and I want people to really understand. Everyone that says that they are a Buff fan, it doesn't mean that they are a Buff fan. All right? Everyone is not a Buff fan that says that they are a Buff fan. Please lock in and understand that people are creating channels, they're creating media outlets, and they're doing it in a crazy way. They're doing it in a way to go against Coach Prime. Because if it looks like a Buff fan is complaining, if it looks like a Buff fan is panicking, if it looks like a Buff fan is, oh my gosh, I don't want to be a Buff fan no more, I can't believe it, fire Coach Prime. If it looks like that's happening, that's more than likely not a Buff fan. I'm telling you, because I met the true Buff fans in Boulder. I've talked to the true Buff fans in Boulder. And if it looks like it smells like a Buff fan, doesn't mean it's a Buff fan. Because people are creating fake Buff fans accounts. They even got the daggone, like, they got the daggone stickers like me. They got the the little cups that says C unit on it. You know what I'm saying? Like the C unit is like it's named after G unit, 50 cents G unit. I made a video about that. You see what I'm saying? Like they got all of these things, and it makes it seem like they're real Buff fans. But not everybody that says that they are a Buff fan are a Buff fan, because those channels and those outlets are created just for chaos, to create chaos. All right, so just know that and understand that those channels are created on purpose to infuse chaos and confusion. The same thing happens when you have protesters, all right, where the cops are going to infiltrate. The cops are going to infiltrate your camp and make it seem like they're on your side, but they're not really on your side. It's propaganda. It's a very strategic move because it's war. You are literally at war with other teams. You're literally at war with recruiting. People's jobs are on the line. Coach Prime is probably one of the coaches that has the most secure jobs in college football, because coaches get fired all the time. But people also know the type of person that he is and what he brings to any table. So you can't let somebody like Coach Prime loose. Coach Prime is the black whisperer. 75% of football are black players. And if you got a guy that's the black whisperer, go out there, you let him loose to just get any player he wants, and he hasn't earned it. You just gonna let him get all of these players, these 5-star, and he hasn't earned it. He hasn't put in the work. He hasn't spent 5 years as a coach. He's just gonna come in here and everybody and their aunts know Neon Dion. You see every time they went out to go play any team, the other teams members are cheering for Coach Prime or saying, "Hey, Coach Prime," the other kids they want photos with the CU players. You think that's on that's by mistake? No, that's because of who we got. Anyways, I don't want to keep my guests waiting, guys. I can go on all day about this stuff. Let me bring on Wild Dog so we can chop it up a little bit. Wild Dog, what up with you?
Hey, blessings, brother. Blessings. Thank you for having me on. And I just want to start off by saying that, some of us rely on your
TV is very loud. Your TV is loud. That's all I can hear.
Really? TV, nothing?
Is that me or is that you?
Cell phone is nothing.
It's probably me. Hold up. It's probably me.
Let me see.
Go ahead. That was me. Forgive me.
Okay. Sometimes you have to leave out and come back in. It'll set up better.
Yeah. Shirley Kimball, what up with you? Timothy Smith, what up with you? Go ahead, man. How you doing today?
No, man. I'm Sundays are a very long day for me.
Oh, okay.
And I knew some, and I anticipated quite a bit. Yet I still was not ready. Even I was still not ready
for the amount of players that are showing up.
Oh man, and then I'm trying to catch up, right? I'm like, man, it's gonna take me all week to sort through all this, but then it's and you hit on it where it's some people decommit, and but when you see these hogs coming in, and you're a hog, right?
Yeah.
You committed, so you can start.
Exactly. That's why Coach Prime said he wanted starters, because if you're a starter, I can work with you.
Yeah, then you got this ego thing because, I'm being honest, if I'm a 3-star offensive lineman, I'm still coming. It looks even better for me to come.
Stars don't matter, though. Stars don't matter.
But that's what I'm saying to you. Yeah, regardless of my status, if you got that high caliber of linemen, and then, and you got Loden Holt, NFL, and then experience coming in, that would be even more exciting for me. But again, we talked about how we're built differently. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm like, you got these halls coming, and you still interested in me? Oh yeah, you still want me? I'm still definitely coming. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna level up my game. So I hope some of these cats find what they're looking for. But I know, again, sometimes the support, sometimes it's the vision is short. The vision, having long vision,
Let me ask you this question. What do you think about what I was just talking about when you got people creating shell accounts to infuse confusion and chaos, to cause chaos that's going to lead to people to decommit? What do you think about? What do you have to say about that? Because it's a real thing. Most people don't think about it, but it's a real thing.
It's 2023, and when you got the government spending millions, have you seen those anti-spam or scammer advertisements? That's the age we live in. And then, and like I've reminded people, there is literally a movement since Coach Prime and the Sanders family left Jackson, Mississippi, to see their demise. So literally, in your chats, and I see them because I'm in, I follow and support other guys who are doing good things, and I see the same characters, and then you see, their username is username or some random number or something. Sometimes it's obvious, and other times it's like, okay, I went to Prairie View A&M. I see you on the HBCU channels and chats, and I know what you're doing,
right?
And if you want a list, I can start you a list, but that's real,
Yeah, but the media picks that up. The media picks up some of that stuff because when especially people that have big platforms, people that have bigger platforms, and they'll especially I think I highlighted one of Comedy Hop video where they were going in talking about CU, quote unquote CU fans that were like, I can't believe we're losing so much. Fire Dion. I said that's not real. Those are not real CU fans. Those are not real CU fans. Those are people posing as CU fans that's giving you the false impression that something crazy is going on over here. It's regular football stuff that's being hyped. But most people don't understand, because what happens is those fake accounts get out there and it gets so loud, then it kind of confuses some of the people who are not so studied, like most of us are.
Yeah.
Some people who are not really, you know what I'm saying, they kind of lose. So it pushes those people, and then when the noise starts, people start decommitting, and then they start listening to rumors. Like one of the kids thought he decommitted because he said that he thought Coach Prime was going to Texas A&M.
Yeah, was going to jump his contract.
Yeah.
That he hasn't even gotten paid on. He's going to leave the contract.
Right. He's going to Texas. Like somebody told him that Coach Prime was leaving and going to Texas A&M.
Yes.
And that's one of the reasons why he wanted to decommit.
And the bad thing about it, he got a second opinion on it.
Right. And he couldn't just contact Coach Prime, or at least understand, like, bruh, you're being hoodwinked. You're being, like you're taking the blue pill. You don't even understand you're taking the blue pill. And what's happening is a lot of these people are out here and they're doing that. And I can smell that from a mile away. How come you couldn't?
Yeah, there's a difference between an opinion, a mistake, and just straight up misinformation.
Right.
And misdirection. When it's intentional, and like when I see it's been clear, and then people saying, no, Shedeur is going into the 2024, going into the draft and all this stuff. I'm just like, man, Shiloh's got one more year.
Right.
Right. And it's an old agreement. It goes way back, right?
Uh-huh.
That they would go into the draft together as brothers, even though Shiloh's older, right?
Uh-huh.
They could go in older, but it's and you got Coach Prime reminding his sons, remember, y'all want to forget, but remember, this was the plan, way back, right?
Exactly.
So and then even Shiloh was like, yeah, I'm gonna finish off at JSU, then I'm transferring and taking my eligibility to come to Colorado.
Right.
And that's part of the plan of them going into the draft together, leveraging all of that.
But yes, I don't know where, like, I don't know the situation for Aaron Butler. He was really like very bullish on the fact that he was about to be a buff, and then like some people are saying that, okay, maybe they told him that he wasn't gonna get all of his scholarship. He could have been on a partial or something, but
yeah,
he's gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, now what happened?
I don't know. Well, right now I feel like a few guys are kind of like, really, not to be disrespectful, but the young guys are kind of like fish out of water, right? And that's what Prime was saying, don't commit and then keep doing tours, doing visits, right?
Right.
It's levels to this. So continue to visit, do all the visits you feel you need to do or want to do, and then some. But then when you get that verbal commit, because, we're from Texas, when you shake hands on it, that is a contract. You back it up on paper, but it's everything in that verbal commitment. That's the culture that we come from, to kind of give a little background on that. And that's real. So Coach Fry's philosophy is, yeah, you can commit and decommit, but it's like we need to clean that up a little bit, So I wouldn't be surprised. Don't be surprised if guys commit, decommit, and then recommit when they start.
What do you think about that? You think that when they recommit, isn't that a burn bridge? If you say, hey, you make it, because it's such public information now that you almost burning a bridge. You think Coach Prime is gonna keep tabs on that?
It depends on how you do it, but not in Coach Prime's camp. They're not tripping about that. They understand the nature of things,
Oh, okay.
And so I know in one instance it's like, well, we're not feeling like you're 100%. Just, keep your options open for now. We'll be here. We want you here.
Okay.
But we're not, we know what we have to offer you, and you got to want to be here. And if you're not 100%,
we're not going over that.
We're not 100%. Go ahead and do what you need to do. Decommit, and you got until January 6th. So
right.
Yeah. So this is where even Coach Prime would be like, hey, it's like, If you're ready full on now, great. But we're just it's a visit. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about Boo Carter? Because the same situation with Boo Carter, he was very bullish on. Well, not bullish, but he was coach. Colorado was on his list, and then when it came time, we got snubbed. But now I'm hearing the rumors that he could be another one that flips back to Coach Prime.
Exactly. So and I think Boo Carter might have to be a 5 minutes to midnight kind of deal.
Don't take him too seriously. Wait till he
Yeah, I mean, don't lean on that too much because it is what it is, and it's just a lot going on. And if your circle isn't really tight and all on one page, and that's it depends on where you're coming from and everything. And if people in your circle are at odds, then that's kind of what it looks like. I don't know firsthand, but the symptoms look like that, where people in his own camps are. One person's over here, another person's over there, and then the other people are like, "Well, Boo, I got your back." Whatever. It's like he needs more diligent, support.
So with that being said, what do you think about the fact that certain recruits, certain players are being put on spotlight, like your Jordan Seatons are being put on national TV, and then let me finish the question because I know you're ready to go in.
No.
Certain players are being put on national TV. Certain players are being highlighted more than others. And then we know that the bag gets bigger and bigger once these players get the national spotlight. Do you think that people are calling afterwards and saying, hey, man, what about us? Do you think camps are going back in the bag and trying to double dip? Like, do you think that's happening behind the scenes where players and families are like, we want to come back because you didn't really give us that rollout? Do you think NIL is playing a bigger part? That's a double-fold question. If you can handle both of them.
Okay. So, well, let me start out like this, and then let me see what your response is, and then I'll go in. So,
man, we looking too much alike, man. I'm looking at your face, and I'm looking at my. I'm seeing double. I'm seeing like myself. I'm like, what is going on here? My eyes are starting to hurt.
well, you're Batman. I'm your Robin. So usually when I come on to support folks, I've had more than my share in front of the camera. I'm just here to be, not even Robin. I'm here to be whatever the man in black that you never hear about, Batman's henchman.
Understood.
So I've had more than my time in front of the camera. So I'm good. I'm good. So this is my mode. The light is up so you can see the Texas Rangers tee.
No doubt.
And American flag. So I'm good. But here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing with Jordan Seaton. It's a win-win for him. It's a win-win for Boulder, whether he signs or not.
You said whether he signs or not.
Yes, sir. It's a win-win. What he did and how they did it. It doesn't matter whether he signs or not. It doesn't matter whether he starts or not next year.
Did you hear the rumor about him still taking a visit to Oregon?
Yeah, Oregon was all over the brother. Still is.
So what do you mean whether he signs or not? Because that you're leaving some speck in some people's ears here. Let's clean that up before people come for me.
But look at the fact of what it's done. It's put him, above even the number one in his class. He's by far set right now. Now he's the number one overall, not just the number one overall offensive lineman. Now he's the number one overall.
So he was a 5-star plus. Who was number one? I thought he was.
Oh, dude, I don't even remember. I had to pull it up.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying to you.
Okay, I thought it said he was the number one tight end coming out of high school. He's
made himself the number one overall in the eyes of football of America, right? He's doing it the way they did it, right? He's made himself the number one.
Okay.
Nobody cares. Nobody. I mean, wherever the number one overall, I have a list somewhere. I list on here, but then my computer starts running slow. But Who cares? Everybody's forgotten who's ahead of him.
But why are you spinning a narrative that he may not sign?
I'm just trying to give the power of marketing, the power of the media, the prime effect. This man done earned his bag, whether he signs or not, because that's millions of dollars. That's tens of millions of dollars worth of marketing, right? That you actually really couldn't even buy. Right?
Do you think there's a chance that he doesn't sign?
Of course, it's a possibility. Does he not sign? I don't believe that. But I'm giving that clear perspective that if he doesn't sign, he did his job.
Oh,
if he does sign,
I see what you're saying.
If he does sign, and everybody's, he's going to start. If he doesn't start, because he's a freshman, right?
Yep.
I feel like he doesn't start, but he'll be in rotation. It's in the best interest of CU that he's in rotation, but not pressured to start. And that's what it's looking like, because they're not even done yet. So all the guys with starting experience, with reps, in the FBS, and with Tyler Brown coming up, I mean, it's getting crowded over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean he doesn't earn a starting spot, but I think it's in CU's best interest that, that Seaton is actually in rotation, but not necessarily a starter.
So Seaton was known as a whale. Like, let me just put it into perspective. He was brought in and he was rolled out as a whale because he was like the best in his class, being at a 5-star plus. Everybody wanted him. He was the biggest name. And the way that Coach Prime rolled him out was to send a message. So what I hear a little bit of you saying that he was bait. I feel like when you were saying a little bit, you can clear it up because you're here. You're saying that Coach Prime throw him out there as bait, which is good. It's not a bad thing.
But it's a win-win.
Out there as the bait because he's the biggest name. And what that did was send a message to other players that, hey man, if we're able to get this guy, then you should come over here too. And that's how they wrote it out. And that was a good thing for CU, whether he signs or not.
Yes. And it flushes out. Guys you thought they were dogs, then they run scared. What? Oh, I'm decommitting. I'm not gonna come over there. Why wouldn't you? Right?
Okay.
Right? I'd be even more excited. I'd be like calling like, hey, do y'all still want me? Is there still room for me? There's still room for me? Oh, yeah, well, I'm still coming in. I'm just double checking because I see what's going on. If you still want me, I'm still coming.
Okay.
Not decommitting and going rushing off somewhere else. Right?
Okay.
And then you see the dogs that have that edge, regardless of their stars, right? When they were on the fence, you had guys on the fence, and Sapp talking to them, and T.O.'s out here in Texas, and then all of a sudden we get Seaton come through, and that turned the key. That's why you have guys committing this weekend, right? That's the effect.
Because they don't want to be left out, you're saying. Like, they don't want to be the guy that's on the outside looking in.
Then they like, this is the place to be. I'm not gonna be arm in arm with scrubs. I'm gonna be arm in arm with dudes that can keep up with me.
So that was a strategic move by Coach Prime.
Man, I'm telling you. And even for Seaton himself, if I'm coming, I don't want to be alone, right? And that's why I said, if you a dog, why wouldn't you want to come play for CU? If you a dog, why wouldn't you? He calling them out. He's recruiting.
Yo, that was smart, though.
Recruiting.
I gotta give it to Coach Prime.
But the real dogs decommitted. He helped be a filter, right? Iron sharpens iron, or it'll crush you. Right? It'll split you in two, right? It'll lean heavy on you. Too heavy, too hot. It get too hot over here. It's too hot over here. I got to go. It's too hot over there. I'm gonna go somewhere else. Why I can have a soft pillow and start and be the man. No, that's not what Coach Prime wants. That's not the kind of protection that CU needs. You know what I mean?
You're saying, so something else I'm hearing you say, I guess you're saying it. You're saying that certain people are being used to filter out the weak.
Yes, the timing is everything. The timeliness is everything.
Ooh, okay.
Because why wouldn't he be the cherry on the top? No, that's not how we rolling. We're gonna come out swinging hard like Barry Bonds, right? And if you can't stand the crack of the ball on the bat, right? Then you out of here. You out of here. So the decommits are a blessing. Now, whether they flip-flop and realize the opportunity they have coming for them, but they're telling on themselves. If you a real dog, you still coming.
Then it stamps on what Coach Prime said earlier when he says we're not missing anybody that we don't want. So
it's by design. It's by design, dog.
It's by design. So Coach Prime had all of this stuff figured out already. He said, we ain't missing anybody that we don't want. So everything that I'm doing, and then when he told everybody at that press conference, just wait till you see what's coming. I promise you would like what's coming, because we're not missing anybody that we don't want.
Yeah.
So everything is orchestrated, you're saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
yes,
Prime is a genius.
100%. And when it comes to NIL, it's like, come on, dog. Just imagine all these wonderful hogs on a poster together on a T-shirt. You don't think that's gonna sell like gangbusters?
Yo,
you can be the man, but if it's 5 of you or more, all Americans, because they do that, you know that, right?
Yeah,
it's not just usually if you all American offensive line, there's usually 2 or more of you that get recognized, right? Sometimes even the whole line, right? So that's why Seaton's like, yeah, I'm good with that, because I don't, I'm not looking to roll along, and I help recruit. We're gonna get this done, right?
Yo, I think somebody should make that T-shirt that I proposed earlier. That, hey, somebody better say Coach Prime just made the offensive line sexy. I'm telling you, like that. It was like, yo, nobody thinks about the daggone offensive line.
Hey.
Who has a conference? Who sit there and have a whole show about that daggone offensive line, bro?
I think I saw some ladies comment. in the chat, was like, oh, they also tall, dark, and handsome. So, hey, you know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, like, nobody does that. Coach Prime has literally made it possible for O-lines to eat. Like, old linemen should like go to Coach Prime and be like, bro, you know that you just have us lit right now. Like, our NIL deals are going up. Because, like, bro, how often do you notice that somebody made a good block? How often do you notice somebody made a good block? If they're doing their job, ain't nobody thinking about no daggone O-line, man. You want to go see the next person catch the ball or Dylan Edwards run the ball. Nobody worrying about no daggone O-line blocking.
Exactly.
When they don't do their job, you notice like CU this year.
Ooh. And then the QB had to try to take the heat on himself off of his guys, right? The QB has to take, make sure to show, it goes on him to keep the heat off of his guys that protect him, And then the last time I was on, we talked a bit about, I was like, hey, I put in the chat that hogs always you got to have a bag to get the hogs, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a dirty in the trenches, no glory type of job on the offensive line. If you're a defensive lineman, you can get a sack, you can get a fumble. There's all different kind of ways to get the spotlight, right?
Yeah.
If you're an offensive lineman, there's no glory. So if you want the real hogs, you got to give them a bag off the jump. And then their quarterback, like Shedeur, was taking the guys out to dinner and out having fun. Shedeur paid for all that. Hey, let's go out to eat. Let's go have some fun. He got to take care of his hogs. That's why, because there's no glory there. They
were important before, but now they're just like, now they're stars. Now it's almost like you're talking about the O-line the same way you're talking about like a Travis Hunter on the corner or a wide receiver.
Come to Boulder, be a superstar, baby.
Exactly. How we get here? How do we get here where the O-line all of a sudden comes into the conversation? You knew that you needed a good O-line before. Everybody knew about the trenches. That's where you win football games. We've all been saying that. Yeah. But now it's like, now that we had exploitation of the O-line, now you got a situation where we're talking about the O-line so much, or Coach Prime is focused so much on the O-line. Yes. Now it's just so important, and everywhere now, I think their bag just increased. I think now they're being evaluated at $1.5 million for one of them now.
You can go to Alabama, just be another number. You can go to Georgia, just be another number. But come to Boulder, come to CU, and not only will we get you ready for the NFL and get you pipeline to the NFL, we're going to get you with all the marketing and the branding to get you max dollars for your position. Sure. Okay, we're gonna get you paid based on your potential, not your. Come on now. It's
Like you're instantly like how many videos have been made for all of the top O linemen that are committing to the Georgias, that are committing to the Alabamas, the Tennessees, and the people in the SEC? Like how many? Nobody's making no videos, but the second you sign with Colorado, all of a sudden we know your name. That was not before. Now it's happening, and I'm like, wow. You know what? That's another opportunity that has been started.
And you got 4 and 5-star offensive linemen sitting waiting behind somebody else.
Yeah,
waiting to their junior year to get up on the field. Come on now, come to Boulder.
So somebody said, John Birch said, Harry B, don't you know that CU didn't pay any of their O linemen? Is that true?
That I don't know about. So when I say
that's
bag,
not public information, right?
When I say bag, that's figuratively.
But that's not. But the NIL deal is not a public information, is it?
Yeah, the value of each player and all that is slated publicly.
It's public, but I'm saying like the bag. There ain't nobody gonna tell you how much they pay.
When you talking bag, then you looking at that's on the side of the boosters.
Right, but you're not gonna find out whether how much they got paid or if they got paid at all, right?
Yeah, but then like I was saying to you, like what CU and Jordan Seaton did, those were several tens of $1 million worth of marketing, right? Uh-huh. So when you giving somebody the bag, like you said, how you bring somebody in, and then somebody's like, well, I want the red carpet, Fox Sports tour. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
everybody's not getting the Skip Bayless treatment.
But the thing is, it's coming. Can you handle it? But some guys they want it, they not necessarily can handle it. You know what I'm saying? Don't stick the camera in my face. That's cool then. But that's just traditional. When I say the bag, and that's traditional, and that still goes on. But then Coach Prime has been clear. We don't want to be confused here, but Coach Prime has been clear about you got to come here for these reasons and focus. And we will get and the money, the bag, or whatever is going to come, whatever it is you need, whatever success looks like for you in your life, we're to support you. As long as you do your job. Okay,
so let me answer John Birch here. So, let's clear something up about NIL. NIL evaluation, team evaluation, this is the public information you're talking about. Deals being made behind deals that they make outside of this thing being public. Public valuations are not the same as a bag that you can get. Like, I want people to understand, like John, especially John, understand public valuations are not, Coach Prime is not telling On3 or any of these people like how much, if anything transpired. I'm not saying Coach Prime is paying everybody. I'm just saying when you talk to mom and you talk to dad,
right?
You set up different meetings because NIL has to do with businesses giving young men opportunities to earn how much this amount of money. So if you say, okay, I got this business that you can go to, you go talk to, that information is not going to make an On3 valuation. Hopefully, if you want to add to that, please add to it. But there are deals that are being made behind the scenes that is not going to be public deals that you're not going to hear about, but you're going to see a Travis Hunter on like a commercial. You're going to see a Travis Hunter holding a cup. You're going to see Travis Hunter promoting a fishing company.
Or T-shirts. He's got T-shirts that selling like hotcakes. Yeah.
Right. Name, image, and likeness deals are not necessarily, okay, let me give you $3.5 million so you can come play for me. It's business deals that they're setting up with other companies that say, hey, this is what you can secure, this is what you can do, and this company is going to promote you, or this company is going to give you money for your name so you can promote their products.
Yeah. And the way it's working at CU, I'm not sure if this is standard or not. Forgive me, I'm a little tired, but like when you buy a Travis Hunter jersey, I think he gets up to 50% of that. Uh-huh. That's real. That's real.
Yeah, right.
So that's part of the NIL. That's his name, image, and likeness. So you buy a jersey with his name and number on it, he gets paid.
Well, yeah, I mean the collective.
Yeah. So that's part of it too, right?
Right. So depending on how they do it, jerseys and stuff like that. The money goes to the collective, so they know how to spread that out. But the stuff that we're talking about, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that, like Purple Orchid says, these Aura dudes know how to hide their money. I'm talking about the fact that there are deals being made that we're not ever going to hear about.
Yes,
so
of course.
Let's not be naive to think that nobody's, you know what I'm saying, because you don't see it on an NIL valuation or on3 valuation, that there's nothing going on. There's too much money in football today where mom and dad, they're being made deal. They're being promised certain things that are going to happen to them that you're not going to hear about because it was negotiated outside of the public's ears.
But then with Coach Prime's network, we're really trying to do it more kind of in the reverse, right?
Okay.
That's what I was saying the other day. It's like when I was saying there was money to be made, right? If you commit to Colorado, right, and you do your time, right, and you have a plan, there's money to be made outside of the NFL, right? If you don't make it to the NFL, but you got a plan, right, there's all the support there. So instead of so much on the front end,
he's connected
so much on the front end. It's like if you committed and you serve the program and you will network and we'll get you set up to develop your plan. So when you come out of school, you roll right into your job, your business, and you're making money. I know normal people, average people can't wrap their heads around like, the average salary is, $40,000, $50,000 a year. How are they going to come out of college? You part of FBS program.
That's right.
Right? With high visibility, nationwide, worldwide. Let's say globally. It's global visibility. And then you in Boulder, where even the CEO of Sports Illustrated, his daughter goes to school there. Come on, dog.
So let's make another thing clear.
So if you want to be a writer and you come out of the Colorado football program, you don't think you're not going to get have had a sit down with the CEO of Sports Illustrated or have a job waiting for you?
Listen,
when you
man, you are speaking on the benefits of being around somebody who is well connected. But I think what people need to understand, outside of being well connected, which is a great benefit, outside of being well connected, valuations, public valuations, even when I read some of those NIL valuations, like On3 would say, we currently don't have any public valuation. It does not mean that the valuation is not there, but the valuation also doesn't speak on what they're getting in their bank account. It's just a valuation. It's just a public number to let you know that certain companies, because of the name, image, and their likeness, certain companies are willing to put this amount of money up just for your name to be attached to their company so you can promote their stuff. Doesn't mean that that's the money that's going into your account. So public information is not always indicative of the bank account information.
Yeah.
Let's make that clear.
But again, if you have a favorite player, buy a T-shirt with their image on it, buy their jersey. Money goes directly to their pocket.
Yeah,
that money goes directly into their pocket. When you buy merchandise, you directly support that player.
That's right.
Yeah. You directly support them. So if you love number 2, hey, get something with number 2 or him flashing.
That's why he was doing that during the game, doing the Stanford game, sir.
It's like Shador. Don't forget to do your thing. What thing? No, the thing. We rolling with that. Okay.
We need that. Yo,
even Bucky would be like, Shador. Oh yeah.
Some people don't understand it. Some people don't understand that we need this. Like, you don't understand, like that was organic. That's something that just happened organically. He didn't plan to do that. It was just something that came out of nowhere. He did it, and then it became a thing. And
you have to roll with it. Now he's obligated.
Now you got to roll with it because there are financial benefits that are linked to that thing that you're doing. So you better do it. Bro. Don't play with me.
Look, he's got Bucky. He got Bucky reminding him to do it. Then his sister Deandra's got it. Oh, my sister got the watch, and then she brings it to him. It's a family affair.
Listen, man, we got about 2 minutes to the show. Listen, your thoughts. We're gonna end the show in like 9:30. We already 30 minutes over, but your thoughts on what's left to come. What is next? What do we need to make sure that we solidify this? Because now Coach Prime is saying we got to be part of that 12-team playoff, and we probably want to be. If we get in that playoff, we're gonna destroy some people, and it could be national implications. What are your thoughts to what needs to happen for that to be able to take place? You get the final word on. You got about a minute.
Okay, on this point,
be real as you can. What needs to take place in Boulder for that to be possible?
This weekend has been about the offensive line, and Warren Sapp is assuring everyone that he's making sure dogs are coming.
Okay,
he's making it almost seem like he's got dog that he's bringing. You know,
I'm excited for that.
Someone challenged me that, Warren Sapp ain't this or that. I'm like, okay, whatever. He's coming to coach there, but he's not actively recruiting, even though it's recruiting season. Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
And this is what he said, even on the Whitlock. And then I heard it, I'm whatever, one person removed or whatever like that, and reiterating that, it is a matter of who, this and that. And then, it's the defensive line. Man, I don't even know what that means when Warren Sapp says he's going to ensure that dogs are coming. He's got dogs coming. I'm not sure what that looks like. We already got some guys lined up who are shoring up the defensive line, and he's not even talking about who's already committed or saying they're interested in see. He's not even talking about those cats. So, what I have what's coming? What does Warren Sapp got on his sleeve of working that's gonna, hey,
what does Dion got? Like, people don't understand. Like, the thing is, you bring in a Warren Sapp, he's not.
That's what I'm saying to you. Coach Prime has had his things lined up, and we've got commits, we've got folks lined up, and it's looking good.
Right.
But whatever Warren Sapp has lined up, it's like, dude, well, my hope is an expectation based on all this is like I'm anticipating that we may have 2 starting defensive line teams, and they will be in rotation. On the defensive line, we have fresh legs of nothing but dogs.
Almost every play.
Yes. Yes. And that will get us clearly over the hump and cracking some helmets.
So before I let you go, give me a prediction. Give me a record prediction.
Record prediction?
Yes, give me a record prediction.
I'm keeping it conservative, man. I'm like, last year I had whatever I had before going into the season.
I had 8-4 last year.
What I'm looking forward to is 6+ games and getting Miss Peggy to a bowl game.
So you're at 6 wins.
Yeah, I'm at 6 wins minimum.
So we're 6 solid.
Yeah.
I think I'm going 9-3 this time.
And a bowl game appearance.
I'm going to up myself to 9-3. I was 8-4, but now I'm going to 9-3 because I felt like the team that we had this year, we had the ability to go 8-4. We dropped 1, which would have made us definitely 5. We would have won 5. We dropped 1. That was on us, right? And then a lot of games we lost by one score. So I know the team we had was definitely a solid 8-4 team. But now I'm going to up it 1 because I know that Warren Sapp is not coming to be embarrassed. I know Coach Prime don't want to be embarrassed anymore. I know that these people are taking it personal now.
But it's a process.
It's scary.
It's a process.
No. Let me say this: it's scary.
They now have the time to level up. It's a real level up. Now, last year was like trying to put something together, right?
Now they know what they need.
It's to level up,
and now it's going to be scary for a lot of teams.
You're seeing them in full action. They didn't have time last year. You just coming in and hot, and you're trying to throw it and put it together, right? And then work it out with what you got, knowing that you're lacking in the trenches coming into the season. He said it clear. But this is what Coach Prime said based on his standard. Okay, based on Coach Prime's standard, this is what he said. So coming into this year, it's like, well, he said it. He said what he needed. He said he was going to go after and get it, and they had the time to level up. And even on the defensive line, they're leveling up.
You're 6-6,
leveling up. And I hear Warren Sapp over here talking about, oh, we not done over there. I'm gonna make sure we got. I got dogs coming.
So with that information, you're 6-6.
Well, I'm just going on what Coach Prime said, so I'm keeping conservative. We're gonna get Miss Peggy to a bowl game.
Okay, so that's like the Chinese laundry bowl. Like that's a bowl. That's like anything. I'm looking at the bowl. Like I want to get to a really big one. So I'm 9-3 because of the information.
But I mean, I will update you because I have to. But I need to do my evaluations.
Will you change it if we get to the defense? Once we understand what's happening on the defense, do you think you would change?
No, I'm already anticipating it being shocked. I'm anticipating being shocked again. Even though I knew it was coming. That's what I'm saying. I knew it was coming this weekend.
If your expectations are above, if he exceeds your expectations for what's coming for the defensive line, do you change it from 6-6 and a little bit higher?
No, what will change my evaluation is once I get a full look through the Big 12. That's what it's gonna. Oh, okay. That's what will trigger me to update my evaluation, depending on what's going on with the rest of the Big 12, right? Because the Pac-12 was unexpected.
It was impossible,
right? And the Pac-12 beat up on itself, right? But there we got Washington in the playoffs, so that's real talk, right?
Yeah.
So the Big 12, the Pac-12 was brutal, So we're not the only ones making things happen and making adjustments.
Right.
And then when I take a whole full look at the Big 12 and see what's going on and adjustments and what's this and that, then that would trigger me to see how CU is going to fall within the conference.
Okay.
And whether because if it's going to be a battle, and even if it's just 3 other teams beating up on each other, we see how injuries affect us.
Exactly.
Yeah. Travis getting hurt, Shiloh pissing blood, and then Shador having a busted ankle and a broken back. We know what injuries do. So, but a soft conference may become a moderate conference, or may end up flipping on its head and be crazy, So that would be the trigger for me, is evaluating the Big 12 as a whole, and then I'd be like, oh wait, hell, well, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
if we get infighting, then my valuation is going to change. If we can keep it cool and everybody there wants to be there, then my valuation is gonna stay at 9-3, or it's gonna go even higher. But if we don't infight, then I think we'd be good. If we don't get no breaking news, oh my God, this person happened. If we don't get that, I think we'd be good. But I gotta end it there. Thank you so much, man.
Blessings to you.
I will see you at noon tomorrow. We're doing it all over again. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you.
Thank you, brother. Blessings.
All right. Take care. Good night. All right, guys. So thank you so much for rocking with me. Coach Prime is definitely doing the job. Coach Prime is doing what's necessary to secure the offensive line. Coach Prime is doing what's necessary to secure the defensive line. Coach Prime, whether you want to say he was embarrassed or whatever transpired was not his expectations, he knows that he did a good job with everything that needed to happen with the base. But I guarantee you, Coach Prime wanted way more than what transpired with the 4 and 8. All right. So now he's answering those questions. So if my prediction is going to be 9-3, everybody wants to be here. It can change to a little bit more. But I know Coach Prime is ready, and he's definitely doing the job. That is your weekend wrap up live with TLP Sports and your man's Harry B. I will see you guys tomorrow, TLP live at noon. Where if there's any breaking news that happened tonight from now to the time that I get off of here. All right. Charles was asking me, hey, man, what you about to do when you get off the live? I got to go handle some family business, man. I got to go handle some family business. I don't know what the wife want to do. I know that we're working on the basement, doing some different things, Christmas trees and all that stuff that I don't. Lord, you know what happens, okay? But anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. I will see you guys tomorrow at TLP Live at noon. You know who I am. I'm Harry B. And that right there was the Liberian perspective. That's TLP Sports Club. Good night, guys. Peace out.